is a 1988 Land Rover Range Rover. These capable off-roaders were designed to get you there with a certain level of civility. This one is fitted with a newer 4.6-liter Rover V8. It sits on 16-inch Discovery steel wheels and has been lifted 2 inches. We know from Carfax information that this Rover has been in California from at least 1991. It's changed hands about 3 or 4 times before the current owner bought it on BAT in 2018. The previous owner made many modifications and used it for camping and advertising photo shoots. The only appearance changes since that auction are the addition of a front runner roof rack, truck light LED headlamps, and a replacement front grille. And while the Rover's modeling career may have been put on hold, the current owner did get it out in the wilderness. The truck was last repainted in a shade slightly darker than the original Epsom green in 2008, and it spent some time outside, so let's take a closer look at the body up close. The original green shows through here at the right front corner, and where the previous roof rack was mounted during painting. The worst of the fading gives it a patina on the flat surfaces of the hood and the roof. This is the left front fender. And here's some more original green, only visible with the hood up. There are a couple small door dings in the driver's door. And this chip and rough spot in the leading edge of the left rear door. This is the left rear wheel opening. There's a tiny ding here. And there's a rough area on the rear tailgate down low. There's a soft dent and scratch at the right rear corner. More original paint. And this scratch near the taillight and some fuel oxidization under the fuel door. Here's a super close-up of the right sill and doors. Let's move on to the interior. Overall, it's pretty presentable. The headliner was refurbished by the previous owner sometime around 2016. The rear seat and carpets are in good shape. There's some general wonkiness in the dash seam above the left front vent. There are cup holders out of a Land Rover Discovery. The stereo head unit is non-functioning, and the clock is disconnected to prevent battery drain. The driver's seat is of course the most heavily worn, with cracking and a split seam at the bolster. The right rear door has a chip in the wood finish. And we're pretty certain the rear defroster is non-functioning. With the oversized tires, the spare doesn't fit in the stock location. However, the trim pieces are present. Moving on to the glass and surrounding areas, the A-pillars show a little fading. And the windshield shows some rock chips. This one being the worst. The only non-functioning window motor is the left rear passenger door, which is currently in the up position. Rubber at the base of the side windows is dry and cracked. And the top of the rear window shows wear on the left-hand edge. The larger 4.6 Rover V8, sourced from a newer P38A, was installed in December of 2016 with a rebuilt bottom end at that time. Engine management is handled by a 14 CUX ECU from a 4.2 liter. The air conditioning system was rebuilt in 2015, and the brake master and booster were replaced in 2018. The starter and ignition coil were replaced in 2022. The most recent work was done by West Coast British in Livermore, California, and involved pulling and resurfacing the heads, new head gaskets, new timing chain, new ISKI 256D cam and lifters, new 14 CUX fuel injectors, heater hoses, a new water pump, new alternator, distributor, and plug wires. Disclaimer: no money was spent dry ice blasting the underside of this Rover. The 2-inch lift was accomplished with terra firma springs and Bilstein shocks in 2017. In the most recent service, it was noted that the front rotors and pads are worn, and the swivel balls are leaking. A new exhaust was fitted in 2021. This is the worst of the surface rust. Wheels and tires. The 16-inch Discovery steel wheels are wrapped in 235/85/16 Cooper off-road tires. While the tread is good, they're 10 years old and show age cracking on the sidewalls. Also included with the Rover is an extra grille, a working Bosch alternator, a water pump, and some other miscellaneous items, including a bottle jack and miscellaneous tools. All of the paperwork and records from the current owner, as well as a list of work performed by the previous owner, are present. We've spent a fair amount of time here pointing out imperfections, but this might be the perfect way to get to your next big adventure.